Hey guys, Thunder E here. We're back with another battle vid, and this one is all about true wireless earbuds. Yes, it's been the rave. People are talking about them and using them more now, and I'm going to try and show you which earbuds actually fit you best. Now, yes, we might pick a winner at the very end for certain categories, and we're going to judge them on a couple. For one, of course, is audio. How well do they sound? Second is connectivity. Third is battery life, and fourth is actually fit and use. So that's where we're going to judge all these different wireless earbuds. And we've got four here with us. We've got the Samsung Gear iconX 2018. We've also got the Jabra Elite Sport. This, of course, are sporting headphones. We've got the iPhone AirPods here. The Apple AirPods, sorry, it's called iPhone AirPods, but the Apple AirPods here. And then finally, we've got the Sony SP700n. Now, these four are ones we're going to jump into. So let's start off with the Gear iconX. So Samsung this is the second iteration of the Gear iconX. These are true wireless earbuds. They come in this pill-like shape case. One of the cool things I like about them is it's got a USB Type-C charging port. So out of all of them, this has the most forward-thinking charging port for any device. It's got a button at the back here for Bluetooth connectivity. This is how actually you pair with your device. And as you can see, there's a button in the front to open it up and then close. And when you close it, it charges your device. You can see the charging indicators for each AirPod. AirPod. And then of course, there's a charging indicator on the back. Now, the Gear iconX AirPods are pretty simple to basically fit into your ear. You can basically put them in, and once you do that, they actually activate. And then they sync together, and then they're connected to your device. Once that's done, you do have touch sensitivities on each AirPods. So basically, each ear pads, you can basically tap to play, tap to pause. You can double tap to skip. You've got this kind of functionality in there. You've also got press and hold for things like Google Assistant and Bixby. Now let's go to our categories. The first one is audio. How well do they sound? Well, audio-wise, the audio is good. I'll put it in the good category. It's a bit muffled on your mids. I'll put it that way. I think that is something that, they have to deal with there, but it's still pretty clear and sharp. This is also something that I think can be fixed maybe with a software update, just because it just feels a little bit muffled towards the bottom there, but I'll put it as a good audio range. Now, in terms of connectivity, really fast and simple to connect using, of course, Bluetooth. It wasn't drastic. I tried it with various devices. Connects well, of course, with the Galaxy devices, as you would expect. Battery life, you're looking at 5-hour battery life if you're listening to music, streaming from your device. This also has the ability to save music on the AirPods, so you've got 4 gigabytes of storage. And if you're listening directly off here, it is actually 7 hours, so it's much longer if you're listening directly on your AirPods. And the other thing too is that you do have rechargeability with this, so you can recharge it up to about 3 times. So that's basically almost giving you about 15 hours or so. 15 hours or so of battery life on there. So that is actually what you get with the Gear iconX. Now, usability, it's pretty simple and easy to use. Again, like I said, tapping those controls. The one thing I'll mention is that some controls can be a little confusing because the surface area is kind of small to tap, pause, and play. And when you do take it out and you place it back into the case, if you're playing music, it doesn't automatically stop all the time. That is what I've noticed. Now, in terms of connection, I've not had that much connectivity problems. Once in a while, I've had some connectivity issues, but nothing much to worry about with the Gear iconX. Now, moving on to the Jabra Elite Sports. It comes with this black rectangular case. I do like it. It's really nice and flat. It does come with micro USB charging, which is a bummer. That's something that these guys, I think, should move forward with. I do like it because also when you open it up, it's got LED indicator on the side, and you can see your devices charging here. Now, each AirPod here that you have has a really nice fit. Of course, they all have different fittings you can use. These are really sports-centric, and I have to say they fit the best on my ears in use. They were easy to actually place in and use. And when you look at each AirPods, the left has the volume up and down, the right has the call answer off. Now, the built-in microphone on this thing is not that great, so don't just use it for answering phone calls. Now, let's talk about audio quality, first thing. It is good also, just like the Galaxy, the Gear iconX 2018, except it's very tinny. It can be tinny at times. The range is nice, but again, it's got this very tinny sound to it, which is a bit of a bummer. This does have fitness tracking, so you can track your heart rate with this while plugging your ear, which is great. So you have that ability as well, and you can use the app again to go through some of the sports activities on this device, which is good. Battery life is also around 5 hours. If you're doing the fitness tracking, it's down to about 3 hours or so. And then you've got about 3 to 4 charges on this as well. So you've got some really good battery life on here. I would say battery life here is actually pretty good. It's probably, with the extended battery, I've gotten maybe about a full day. I mean, like a full day from waking up at 9 all the way to about 9 p.m. using this, so that's pretty nice. Now moving on to the Apple AirPods. Now these are interesting because they only work on, of course, iPhone devices. The others can work on iPhone or iOS or Android, doesn't matter. The case here looks like your floss, basically. That's what it looks like. It also uses a lightning cable to charge, so again, it's proprietary, but if you're in the Apple ecosystem, it really doesn't matter, and it can wireless charge. So this has wireless charging capabilities, which is nice. Now, when you open it up, of course, this showcases the LED indicator there, and also your AirPods, which have a very unique design. A lot of people say it looks like Q-tip that you put in your ears, and it kind of looks that way. The one thing that I will give this, and we'll start off with one of its best benefits, it's connectivity. It's got the W1 chipset, and it is absolutely fantastic. They've done a fantastic job with that. Once you pop it open, it automatically connects to your iPhone. It's like that. It's that simple. Even the setup process, it's like that. Very simple. Pop open, connects. Simple job. Now, when it comes to audio, the audio is good. It's got a very bassy soundstage. It gives this tries to give you a surround sound feel to it. So it feels like it's very rich. But if you listen closely, and especially when you increase the volume to something that's very vocal, you find that it becomes a little bit muddy with the sound there. So that's something I don't like. I don't like muddy sound. I also don't like a false stereo sound set, especially if I'm not gaming. I think that it works well for gaming. For music, not so much. It's still good, but I think there's a lot of EQ manipulations here to get the sound to where they think a lot of people will like. So it feels to me like Beats Audio Mini in a sense. And now in terms of use, it is easy to use. The fit, I am not a big fan of the fit. It just doesn't stay well for me. The controls are good though. When you take it out, it stops playing music, which is nice. Similar with the Jabra Elite, which does as well. Also, it's good with voice calls. The voice call quality is also good on that as well. Battery life is really solid. They promise 24 hours, and you do get pretty much close to 24 hours with this. So that is something to take note if you're looking at that. But for me, the audio, the muddiness in the audio, and also the fit is just not my style. Now, final is the Sony SP700n. These are, of course, noise canceling true wireless earbuds. They come in this very interesting case that has this rotating opening, as you can see. Nothing too fancy, but they do have some very interesting earbuds. Now, these have the most awkward fit for earbuds compared to its other competitors, as I'll show you right here. As I put it in, you can see they do stick out quite well to the sides. Now, this, of course, connects to your device. They also have an app there, and this has noise cancellation features, so which means if you're on a train or on a bus or on a plane, it blocks out a lot of the noise. Now, when it comes to audio, the audio on this thing, to me, bar none, is the best. I think it's got the best audio quality, and the drivers really push. Now, you will hear different sounds with all the other different headsets. This has a much more truer, a more balanced, flattened sound note than the rest, and I think that really comes out clear, especially when you add the noise cancellation to it, because your music still stays the same and doesn't feel like it's altered because you have noise cancellation. And noise cancellation on this is really good. Use it on the subway here in New York City, and while listening to music, couldn't hear a thing, which is really good. So noise cancellation is fantastic. Battery life, that's where the problem is. They promise about 5 hours or so without noise cancellation, I'm getting less than that, and also getting less with noise cancellation on. So I would say the battery life is just not the best on this device. I always felt like I had to recharge this constantly, so that's something to take note. The fit also not so good. It's not the best fit, in sense that it just really is bulky in terms of look, and also the controls are quite small. You've got this really tiny knob that is a power knob on and off, if you will. The microphone itself also is decent, not great, not as good as say the Apple or the Samsung there. So there you have it, guys. I kind of talked a lot in this video. So what does that all mean for you? Well, we've got 4 different earbuds for you. Now, if you're looking for the best audio, you have to go with the Sony's right here. I think these have the best audio and also the best noise cancelling features. But beware, your battery life will not be good, or on this, you'll probably get about 3 hours or so, and you have to constantly recharge in the case. So that is something to take note. So best audio goes to that. If you're looking for the best connectivity, and again, I have to give you 2 devices here. You're looking at this right here, because this has the best connectivity with the W1 chipset, but it's only on an iOS device. If you're looking for something, say on Android, I will actually give it to the Jabra Elite. This does a really good job on that. So best connectivity overall, but only on iOS. Jabra Elite does there. Now, when you're looking at best battery life, this has to go with the best battery life here. I think this does a really good job with battery life, almost 24 hours. You really can't go wrong. Now, when you're looking for a best battery life on Android, it's actually pretty close between these 2. I would say it just depends. If you're using this standalone with the 4 GB, you can really go a long way. So the Gear iconX takes the edge here with battery life. Now, if you're looking for the best sports and fitness, it's got to be the Jabra Elite. The Jabra Elite can track your heart rate monitoring there. You also have the app that gives you a lot of fitness tune-ups and coaching advice while you're working out with that too. So that goes a long way, and you can do your fitness tracking as well, GPS and all that fun stuff. So hey, this is really cool, and this handles that quite well. And I will put the best overall. Now, this is going to be a hard one, because something that fits all the different categories and does it well, Gear iconX. I know. Doesn't necessarily didn't win as many categories as you think, but it's got pretty good battery life. It's got onboard storage, and also has decent audio overall. Now, none of these are superbly great. They're not like over-the-air cans. Again, they've got small drivers, but they do have a function and form. You're looking at audio here, you're looking at battery life and connectivity, you're looking at fitness, and you're looking at overall balance. So there's something for everyone, and you can definitely check them out. So if you have any questions or any comments, guys, let me know. I'll try and answer them for you. Otherwise, don't forget to like and share this video, favorite this video, subscribe to the channel, and always enjoy your entertainment.